George Balanchine was born in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1904. He is the son of a composer, so it is no surprise that young George started playing piano at age 5 and enrolled at the Petrograd Conservatory of Music, where he studied piano and music theory. At the age of 9, he was accepted into the ballet section of St. Petersburg's rigorous Imperial Theater School and soon appeared on stage at the Mariinsky Theater in spectacles such as Sleeping Beauty, which happened to be his favorite. He graduated with honors in 1921 and joined the Corps de Ballet of the Mariinsky. By then, it had been renamed the State Theater of Opera and Ballet. Balanchine began to choreograph in his early teens, and his first work developed around 1920, a pas de deux called La Nuit, for himself and a female student, to the music of Anton Rubinstein. In 1924, Balanchine, along with 3 other dancers, left the Soviet Union to perform in Western Europe. After a performance in London, Serge Diaghilev, founder of Ballet Russe, invited Balanchine and the other dancers to audition for his company. The dancers soon joined the company. Diaghilev had noticed Balanchine's talent in choreography and hired him as the ballet master. As the principal choreographer, Balanchine flourished, producing many ballets in a few short years. Diaghilev's death in 1929 marked the end of Ballet Russe, but a few years later, in 1933, Balanchine formed Les Ballets. The company only lasted 1 season before disbanding. In 1933, Balanchine agreed to come to the United States and arrived in New York in October. Although the goal was to establish a ballet company in America filled with American dancers not dependent on repertory from Europe, Balanchine had another goal. He wanted to establish a ballet school to train his dancers. He is even famously reported saying, quote, "But first, a school." The School of American Ballet was founded in 1934 and is the associate school of the New York City Ballet, which was founded later on in 1948. Balanchine's first piece in America was Serenade to Tchaikovsky. The ballet was created for students of the school and premiered in 1934. Balanchine also worked with composer Igor Stravinsky. Although Stravinsky only scored 4 of Balanchine's ballets, they worked together for 50 years. Stravinsky once commented on Balanchine saying, quote, "Balanchine composed the choreography as he listened to my recording, and I could actually observe him conceiving gestures, movement, combinations, and composition. The result was a series of dialogues perfectly complementary to and coordinated with the dialogues of the music." From 1948 to 1983, Balanchine served as ballet master for the New York City Ballet, choreographing the majority of their productions. Balanchine is responsible for establishing the company's style, and many of his ballets are still in the company's repertoire today.
Balanchine's version of ballet is known as the American version. After receiving his training in Russia at the Mariinsky Theater, he came to America to create the basis of ballet for a new culture. With the ability to reshape ballet, Balanchine decided to strip away elaborate moments and to focus on the movement. He got rid of elaborate sets, costumes, and storylines. With dancers dressed in leotards and tights, Balanchine's version of ballet was born. His style utilized the athleticism of dancers in the creation of his plotless ballets, in combination with his ballet training from Petipa. He utilized happen chance in his early choreography, such as keeping the motion of a dancer falling in the final piece of choreography. He would set choreography upon whatever dancer showed up that day, whether there were 3 or 20. Using his signature broken hands motif, he put his faith in the power and beauty of movement. His choreography was closely tied to the music due to his experience with piano and music theory. He utilizes music by Anton Rubinstein and Igor Stravinsky to distort the academic technique with unexpected shifts in weight and energy. Balanchine uses the quality of the movement to evoke certain moods or relationships by creating movement that would be abrupt 1 minute and flowing the next. He utilized spatial patterns to give the ballet its emotional character by using space to suggest love, hate, attraction, repulsion, and much more. Although Balanchine is associated with ballet in America, he was first heavily criticized for his works. Many Americans, such as dance critic John Martin, were displeased with Balanchine's work and insisted that he should be dismissed due to the ballet not being American enough. Criticism came from Europe as well, saying that Balanchine's ballet was too American. This drove Balanchine to make his ballet American by persevering through the criticism and utilizing American themes. In one of his pieces, Balanchine went as far as utilizing a combination of square dancing and classical ballet steps to create a new type of ballet. After winning over the hearts of Americans with his American ballet, Balanchine's ballets were seen as classical ballets with an American accent.
Not only was Balanchine a ballet choreographer, but he worked on Broadway shows and Hollywood films as well. They would call him the dance director in the playbills. He was the dance director of musicals such as On Your Toes and Slaughter on the 10th Avenue in the 1930s, which were both written by Rodgers and Hart. His mission in choreographing jazz for the Broadway stage was to create something more than just a simple dance routine. He opened the door for balletic dance in theater, and in 1970 he choreographed the show Who Cares? In this production, there were dancers doing parallel pirouettes on point with flexed hands and beveled leg positions, typical styles of George Balanchine. He was always being innovative in his work. Thanks to Balanchine, ballet became a critical component of a Broadway performer's skill set.